The 7th of July, Mars, Tuesday morning, 2026. A brief reading from the Common Buddhist Text, Guidance and Insight from the Buddha. Chief editor of this compilation is Dr. Maha Dhammacosachan, otherwise known as Pratmaha Brahma Pandit. We are in chapter 10 on the goal of Buddhism. I'm going to read a verse from the last perspective from the Theravada tradition and move on to the Mahayana tradition. The last passage is on Arihat, beyond death. As with the Buddha, the state of a Arihat beyond death is left undefined. One cannot say he is not, both is and is not, or neither is nor is not. Whatever his state, it is beyond existence in time. This verse was said by the Buddha on the death of an Arihat, Bahiya. Where water, earth, fire, and wind find no footing. There stars do not shine, nor is the sun apparent. There the moon appears not, nor darkness is there found. So when the sage knows by himself, a Brahmin by his sagehood, that he is freed from the form and from the formless, from pleasure and from pain. This verse is cited from the Bahiyina Sutra, Uttana, Verse 9. Chapter 10, the goal of Buddhism from the perspective of the Mahayana tradition. Happiness in this life and future lives. Mahayana Buddhists, like Theravada Buddhists, see wholesome actions as leading to the greater happiness in this life and to good rebirth. The central emphasis on compassion means that a great deal of emphasis is placed on action that brings happiness to and reduce the suffering of other people, other beings. The person who takes the path of the Bodhisattva, the person on the perfection of their paramis, is even willing to forego heavenly rebirths in order to work in this world to benefit others, and is likewise even willing to be reborn in the hellish realm so as to be able to aid beings there. There is also the idea that certain heavenly Buddhas, especially the Amitabha Buddha, have prepared pure lands where the conditions are inspiring, wonderful, conducive to great happiness, and ideal for attaining awakening. Rebirth in such a realm is seen to require great faith, but also draws on the power of the relevant Buddha. Many ordinary Buddhists in East Asia aspire for rebirth in such a realm. Definitive spiritual breakthroughs. For a Mahayana Buddhist, the arising of the awakening mind, the bodhicitta, as a deep aspiration to attain Buddhahood for the sake of other suffering beings, is a key moment of spiritual development. Then there is the path of seeing, where a direct insight into the empty but amazing nature of reality brings a person to the first of the 10 stages of the path of the noble Bodhisattva, person on the path to the perfection of their paramis. At around stage 7 of this path, a person reaches the level akin to that of an Arihat. At the end of the hugely long Bodhisattva path, perfect Buddhahood itself beckons. Nirvana, in Pali is called Nibbida. Nirvana is permanent, but it is neither the annihilation nor the eternal existence of one who attains it. This passage emphasizes that for the Four Noble Truths of the Noble Ones, only the third, which is equivalent to nirvana, is permanent. It goes on to describe how ordinary people misunderstand Buddhist teachings and deny the rebirth of the unawakened. See nirvana as eternal existence and also see the flow of momentary consciousness in life as a permanent entity. Blessed One, among these four truths of the Noble Ones, three are impermanent and one is permanent. Why is this? It is because three of them are conditioned, and everything which is conditioned is impermanent. Anything which is impermanent is deceptive in nature. Anything which is deceptive in nature is untrue, impermanent, and not a refuge. Therefore, the truths of the Noble Ones, what is painful, its origination, and the path, are not ultimate reality. They are impermanent. They are not refuges. Only one of the truths of the Noble Ones, the cessation, nirodha, of what is painful, is not conditioned and is therefore permanent. Anything which is permanent is not deceptive in nature. Anything which is not deceptive in nature is really true and permanent. It is a refuge. Therefore, the truths of the Noble Ones, that is, the cessation of what is painful, is the ultimate reality. The reality of cessation, nirodha, is inconceivable. It passes beyond the reach of the conscious mind of all living beings, and neither is it within the realm of understanding of any Arihat or solitary Buddha, just as people who are born blind cannot see color, or a 7-day-old child cannot see the disk of the sun. The reality of the cessation is not part of the realm of understanding of the two vehicles. The consciousness of ordinary people is distorted by two wrong views, two miccha titi. The understanding of all arihats and solitary Buddhas has been purified. Ordinary people mistakenly adhere to view that there is an essential self in relation to the 5 grass-stacked categories of existence, and thus give rise to two opposing views, annihilationism and eternalism. These are the two extreme views. Seeing phenomenon as impermanent is the annihilationist view, not right view. Seeing nirvana as eternal, personal existence, is the eternalist view, not right view. Because of the deluded wrong views, miccha-tittis, they make distinctions. They reflect upon the faculties of their bodies and see that they are decaying in this very instant, but they do not see their continuity. Because of this, they hold to the view of annihilationism. Because of the deluded wrong views, being blind and foolish, they do not understand. They do not recognize the momentary discontinuousness realm of consciousness in the continuum of the mind. Because of this, they hold to the view of eternalism. These wrong views towards those objects which either go too far or do not go far enough lead one to making a mistaken distinction and to either eternalism or annihilationism. In the 5 grass-stacked categories of existence, living beings which distorted the mind see what is impermanent as permanent, what lacks an essential self as possessing a essential self, what is painful as pleasurable, and what is impure as pure. This verse can be cited here in the Sri Mala Devi Simananda Sutra, Daso, Volume 12, Text 353, Chapter 10 through 12, pages 221, C25, 222, A20, Volume 11, Text 310, page 677, A29 through B23. We will leave off there on the short reading on nirvana and happiness in this life and the future lives, describing the definitive spiritual breakthroughs of each path. As we pick up on the next one on the provisional and the final nirvana. Chapter 10, the goals of Buddhism. A brief reading from the Common Buddhist Text, Guidance and Insight from the Buddha. Chief editor of this compilation is Dr. Maha Dhamma Kosachan, otherwise known as Pratmaha Brahma Pandit.